Hey guys, back with another video. It's been a long time, I know, I just had some stuff to do, but this video is gonna be about how to attain a 405 squat naturally, or a 4-plate squat naturally. And there's 5 main things you need to do as a natural athlete to get 405. So whether you're transitioning from 2 plates to 4 or 3 plates to 4, these 5 rules are gonna be adequate for either you're going to 2 to 4 or 3 to 4, just to break that plateau so you can actually achieve 4 plates, which is somewhat hard. Step number 1 of getting a 405 squat naturally is volume over intensity. So I see a lot of guys, they go to the gym and their intensity is through the roof, which is good. I like their work ethic, but it's not what you should be going after most of the time. So it's leg day and they go crazy. They do every single thing and they do it perfectly, and then they're sore for the next 3-4 days, and you can't really train for the rest of the week until next week. So it's always volume over intensity. You want to have more squat days in the week than just one big squat day or leg day. So always bring up the intensity. Yeah, just also work hard in the gym. I'm not saying not to break a sweat, but keep it lower than the amount of volume you're doing. So instead of putting 100% effort into the gym on that leg day, put 75% effort, so that you're not as sore and you can go back in 2 days, 3 days, and hit another 75% effort leg day. That's the first tip. Always volume over intensity, so that you can fit more leg days in the week to progress faster, as if you're doing one heavy, extra hard leg day and you can't progress more until you're fully recovered, which is probably going to take a week. And it also burns out your central nervous system working out that way with super high intensity. So when you do go 100%, your progress is going to be very slow when your intensity is high, and you're going to get a lot of plateaus. That's the word. You're gonna get a lot of plateaus because your CNS is not fully recovering from that immense training session. That was step number 1. So step number 2 is adequate rest. I feel like when I have a really good night's sleep, 8 to 9 hours, the next day when I'm squatting or benching heavy, whatever, I'm prepared. Like, I'm primed to work out heavy, and that is the second step, and it's very important, and it's something that a lot of people skip. So you need to have adequate rest, especially if you want to lift those big numbers. I'd understand if it's a lighter day during the week, so you already hit your heavy session on Monday, for example, and now it's Thursday and you want to really dial in on your form, then sleep might not be a big factor. But if you're trying to go heavy and your intensity is a little higher than usual, then you want to get a good night's sleep, or just your lifts are going to fail. Step number 3 is to hydrate. As a natural athlete, you really depend on so many factors, and you got to be really smart about your training and your nutrition. So you really want to dial in and take lots of H2O, especially if you're supplementing creatine. Because if you do supplement creatine and you don't drink water throughout your day, that creatine is not really going to do much. So you need to be drinking 8 to 9 glasses of water a day. And I feel, for me, I do body work. In the trade, you're running back and forth, you're sanding this, you're prepping that, you're taking off this bumper, you're fixing this panel. I get it, it's very hectic in life, and you forget to drink your water. And those days I forget to drink my water. When I go to the gym, I'm very sluggish, I'm very slow, and just everything feels like a RPE 9, RPE 10. It feels very heavy. So really drink your water if you want to progress. That is step number 3. Number 4, for being natural and getting a 405 squat, is progressively overload your body with adding 2.5 pounds every week or 5 pounds every week, but at the same time thinking about your central nervous system. Because as a natural athlete, your central nervous system can only take so much, and as you're progressively overloading, it's not that good to always be doing a 5x5. As you all know, to get stronger, on the web and in forums, they say to do a 5x5, and it does help me, and it probably helped you. But as time goes on and week by week you're hitting those 5x5s, your progress, well, my progress seemed to be slowing down, and I started getting plateaus. And I had to take a step back and think, okay, am I doing something wrong? Maybe it's too much volume, maybe it's too much intensity. And it was too much intensity at a time, because your body can just take so much week after week until it just finally can't keep on going. So I dialed it back to 3 by 5, so 3 sets of 5 instead of 5 sets of 5. And after that, my strength just started going back up. So really, have progressive overload. Be consistent with it. Don't ego lift. Don't put on 5-10 pounds just because you feel like you can do 5-10 pounds more. No, stick with your schedule. If your schedule says 335 for a 3 by 5, do 335. If you feel like you can do 345, still do 335, because that's how you're gonna not get through a plateau. You're gonna be good by doing 335 with what your program says. So that was step number 4, which is don't ego lift, stick to your program, progressive overload, but also if you feel sluggish, still progressive overload with the weights, but try to keep the sets down for intensity purposes. The last step, and I'm begging you, this is the last major mental step, is it takes consistency and proper nutrition. These are the last 2 steps, but I like to bunch it into one. One is consistency. Me as a natural teen lifter, I have and me and you, we probably have really skewed perceptions of what we can achieve naturally. We go online, we go on the web, and we see these people, they're like freaks of nature, 17 years old, already squatting 500-600 pounds, and you think to yourself, should I really go on gear or should I stay natural? But the thing is, just be consistent with it. Me myself, I'm natural. I went from a 315 squat at the age of 17, and then I finally got it at the age of 19, 4 or 5 squats. So it took me 2 years of training. On and off, I wasn't bulking all the way. I was also, half of the time I was cutting, so I wasn't really focusing on strength. So like a year probably of bulking and gaining strength to add 90 pounds to my squat. So it's all about consistency, especially when you're natural. And food, you want to really dial in on your protein and recover. So those are the 5 main things on how to get a 4 or 5 squat naturally. You can do it at a young age or old age. It'll probably take you a year from 315 or a year and a half from 225, given you do the 5 things that I said in this video. So if you like the video, please like and subscribe. If you want to see more like this, let me know in the comments, and you can check out my 405 squat that I actually hit right before the gyms closed down for the second wave of COVID. So I'll leave a link to that. And I was actually pretty happy because, you know, if the gyms did close down and I didn't have that 405 squat, I would have been 20 years old, and it just my goals for that 19-year mark would have been down the drain. So thank you guys for watching. Stay tuned for the next one. Bye.